Welcome back to my channel. My name's Gabby and today we are going to make a pasta dish. So sometimes, when you cook, everything needs to have a name for the recipe. This is my first time making this. I have it executed in my head. I hope it, comes out the way I want it to. But there's no name for this dish. But we can talk about the ingredients. We have a leek. If you don't know what a leek is, it's in the onion family. I try to think of it as like a big scallion. It smells very oniony. The base of the flavor is in the shaft of the vegetable. The top of the plant doesn't really get too much flavor. And it's also covered in bugs and sand. So, I don't know. Just thought I should mention that, and I'm going to show you how to properly cut and clean one. Okay. We have some garlic cloves. We have some baby bella mushrooms. And one thing you're gonna notice a lot on my channel, I love Gruyere cheese. I always try a different brand. So I know that was in my last video, but we have a different brand of Gruyere cheese. This one's aged much longer. You can tell by the crystallization, and I'll get to that in the video. And we have some Parmesan cheese. Heavy cream always. For this dish, we don't actually need heavy cream. We could have used half and half, light cream. We could have even used whipping cream. We could have used clotted cream. We could have used any cream. But today, we're using heavy cream because that's what I have. We're using cavatappi pasta. If you don't know, that's like the squiggles. I like this pasta because I just think it would really grab onto the sauce. The sauce would get in the noodle, on the noodle, everywhere. So it's really great agent to grab the sauce. And butter. The secret ingredient in this dish, we're gonna use beef stock. You could use chicken stock, you could use vegetable stock. I want a beef flavor because I think the beef will go great with the mushrooms. So let's get started.
Since mushrooms take the longest, I wanted to get them cooking first. When cutting up leeks, it's important to use two different types of knives. You should use a santoku knife first to cut off the green ends. Then, take a paring knife to cut slits long ways, following the natural lines of the leek. Once you get 4 or 5 lines all throughout, wash the leek and clean out any dirt or bugs. Knife safety is so important, so if you have both knives, please use them. Don't be lazy because it could possibly cost you a finger. Once my leeks were all chopped up, I then threw them into the pan with the mushrooms and started to sweat them out. After chopping up some garlic, I threw it into the pan. It's important to put everything in the order as shown because you don't want the garlic to burn. It's important to always shred your own cheese because pre-shredded is filled with cellulose and wood pulp, and sometimes it will clump up your sauce. I threw in about a half a cup of heavy cream, and then I eyeballed each cheese. Obviously, I used the whole block of Gruyere cheese and just maybe a few handfuls of the Parmesan. Tarragon is a very strong spice, so I used it sparingly in comparison to the way I usually use spices, but add more or little, whatever you feel works best for you. After putting in all the pasta, I realized it wasn't as creamy as I wanted it, so I went back and added some more butter and cream, but if you don't add as much pasta, this won't happen to you.
Okay, so we're all ready to eat. I haven't really tried it aside from the little taste test I've taken while it was in the pot. So we're gonna dig in. I could have added more salt, right?
Could have added more of the cheese.
Well, we had no more cheese.
Well, I like the flavor. It tastes like meaty because we added some beef broth. The mushrooms give it a nice flavor.
So I want to talk about how earthy this dish is. You have the earthiness from the mushrooms, which is then complemented by the beef broth. You also have why am I losing my train of thought? You also have the nuttiness of the Gruyere cheese. So you have nutty and earthy, and then you have a licorice taste from the tarragon. So tarragon, it's no secret, tarragon and mushroom are like a perfect pair, so that's why I did that. So yeah, the sauce came together really nicely. I was really disappointed in my pasta choice. I think I should have used more like a pappardelle or even a fettuccine would have been fine.
The sauce is the best part. I really like it.
Thanks, Jacob. I think the sauce, I agree with Jacob, the sauce tastes like really developed restaurant quality. The only thing that would set mine apart was I didn't really add that much salt because I want to watch out for our blood pressure. I just feel like if I used a different sauce, if I used a different pasta, it would have looked nicer. That's my problem. It tastes like fine pasta's pasta. Just aesthetically, I'm not pleased with the way it looks, but sometimes that happens when you cook things for the first time. So, Jacob and I already ate our food. I have it all packed up. I'm gonna go bring it over to my parents now, and I wanna hear their opinion. My parents are so quick to throw me under the bus and tell me if something doesn't taste good, or it's too spicy, which is what they usually tell me, or it has too much salt. So this dish specifically really catered to my mom. I added no salt. The only salt that was added was from the cheese, which isn't standard. Typically you wanna salt your pasta water and you wanna salt your sauce, but for a particular reason, I didn't do that today. But it still came out absolutely delicious. Nonetheless, we're gonna bring this to my parents. We're gonna see their raw reaction. Okay, you can take your first bite.
Delicious. Delicious.
No, you have to
Creamy.
So
Melts in your mouth.
All right, Dad, you're being ridiculous. I want to know your honest opinion, and I put no salt in any of it.
Well, I like
And mind you, this is going on my YouTube.
I like the consistency of the flavor. It's all the way through. The mushrooms give it an earthy taste. The Reggiano gives it the nice salt and enhances everything. I like it.
Dad,
Thank
what's your
I agree with Mommy.
Why? Why?
Creamy.
What about it?
The balance of no salt with the cheese is excellent.
All
The
right.
pasta is cooked through.
It's not a gooey. It's not oily. It's just right. Thank you.
Good.
Okay, cut. But you can continue eating.